Hey everyone, welcome to LFM Season 17, Week 5 at Monza, and yes, it's raining. I qualified in 15th position, which is a bit further back than I hoped for. For this race, I decided to go with the Aston Martin. It's been a while since I've driven it. Split one at Monza, so you know it's going to be a tough one. There are some seriously fast drivers in this race. Turn 1 ends up being surprisingly clean. It looks like there's only some minor bumping and not the usual pileup. I get through clean and gain one position. I hope the game audio is okay. The audio is from this replay of the steering wheel I overlaid, and I hope it's synced up correctly. The game audio didn't record on my live recorder. I'm being a little cautious. Jumping into the Aston Martin in these conditions made me a little nervous. I only practiced in qualifying, and this was my first race of the day, so I wasn't feeling very confident. It's a very clean, uneventful first lap. I end up getting a bad exit on the final turn, going onto the main straight. The BMW driver behind me is LFM content creator Agent Anger on YouTube. He's a very fast driver and puts on some great streams with exciting sim racing content. Be sure to check out his channel. I decided not to defend. I'm just a little too slow and let the overtake happen. Sometimes it's not worth defending. I think it would have cost a lot of time. At this point, I'm still not very confident in the car, so I'm trying to take it easy. It's a big change from McLaren. It almost feels like I'm driving a truck. The BMW driver ahead decided to try an undercut strategy and hits very early. I was also thinking about doing this, but since other people did, it left me with an open track. I go for the overcut and stay out as long as possible. The driver has been turned around in turn 1. I managed to squeeze through. You can see yellow on the mini-map, so I guess some drivers weren't as lucky. There's another incident in turn 1. One driver retires to the pits, which puts me in 10th place. I wonder if this driver was involved. He lets me go for some reason. I have to go in for my pit stop. The wet tires are doing pretty well, so I decided to save 5 seconds and not change them. There are only a few other drivers who haven't served their pit stop yet. I end up exiting the pits ahead of the BMW that overtook me earlier, and also in front of the Mustang that was ahead as well. Looking in the mirror and at the Delta behind, it seems like something happened in turn 1 with the drivers behind. It gave me a little more room to breathe. There's some lap traffic ahead. I try to stay patient. The driver ends up letting me through without any issue. You never really know how someone will react to being lapped, so I get a little nervous sometimes. Final lap of the race. I'm in 10th position, not too bad considering I started in 15th. The wet tires are still holding up well, and I've widened the gap to the Mustang and BMW behind to around 10 seconds. out of 4 drivers. After penalties were issued, I end up in 8th place. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. This was a really fun race. Although there wasn't a ton of action, it was a really smooth race. Thanks to everyone who has subscribed and watches the videos. It really helps. Make sure to leave a comment if there's anything you'd like to see. It seems like all of my Assetto Corsa Competizione videos aren't doing as well as they used to. The last 3 barely reached 50 views, so I guess I just assume this isn't what people want to see. I'll probably finish this season of LFM and maybe try moving on to Le Mans Ultimate or AMS2 for a little while. Although, I feel like this could be the last year for Assetto Corsa Competizione. It just seems like the population is starting to go down. I even ended up in Split, one of LFM Pro in the last week's race, due to the very low number of drivers. Only 33 drivers won the race. This has actually been my favorite season so far, so it's sort of a bummer to feel this way. So, while I have low expectations for the channel, when things are going much worse, it's hard to feel okay or good about it. It just seems like the new normal for my videos to perform much worse. Honestly, making these videos has kind of been the only downside to sim racing for me this season. I don't really know what will happen next. I have a ton of videos from this season backed up, and it's really hard to choose between spending time producing these videos or actually sim racing. It's also just impossible to understand YouTube. I've been getting 50% fewer impressions on my videos, and in general, YouTube is just not showing my videos much anymore. So, I don't think there's much I can do about it. I do enjoy making the videos, and I'm sure I'll keep making them, but the YouTube side of things is just kind of depressing right now. It feels very unstable. I don't know how anyone would trust this platform to make a living. YouTube can forget what your channel is about, or whether it even exists at all at any moment. I'm also just not a very conforming person, so I don't plan on making content I'm not interested in, or farming other people's ideas, or trying to fit into the YouTube algorithm box. Unfortunately, that's how I'm feeling right now. I'm not very good at pretending things are good, and I feel like being overly positive, sometimes even if it's fake, is required on YouTube. I'm sure that's not what people want to hear, but that's how I feel. I still really appreciate everyone who subscribes and checks out my videos. It's mostly just YouTube not showing my videos to people. Thanks again for watching. There will be more videos soon.